A lot of manufacturers have threatened to join this party, but Callaway have finally done it, and they have brought out the new Mini Driver. So they have brought out an AI Smoke Mini Driver. They have joined Taylormade. They have joined Taylormade, who've been probably dominating this market for a long time. We know they've just brought out another burner. But where's this going to fit? Is this just something, again, a quick sale for Callaway? Have they done it maybe just like Taylormade do now because they did so well with it? Have they just brought it out to just get some sales, quick sales? We have, like I say, the AI Smoke TI 340 Mini Driver. I did have to read that because it's a long worded.
Stands for titanium.
Stands for titanium. Look at James Robinson behind there helping me as we go. So, first shot here with this driver, and again, straight away for me, looks is a big thing. Looks exactly the same as the driver, so we know behind it they haven't really changed it. It's not different like the burner is. The burner's not like the QI10. We know it's separate here. Looking exactly like the driver. So again, if you wanted to put this in there, if you were a Callaway player and you're using this, then it's going to suit your eye because it looks exactly the same. Straight away there. Sound's a big thing for me. Great ball flight there, a little bit out to the right. James knows why that's going out to the right, because that's a golf ball with a Lindrick logo on, and he for some reason thinks I don't want to lose it, but obviously I haven't lost it there.
I'm going to say it's out of bounds, tight left.
It is that as well, but sound wise, straight off this titanium head didn't sound as good maybe as the Taylormade straight off it from that first shot. And again, setting wise, we know we've got the adjustable sleeve. This is down at a 12.5. It has come with the 13.5 degree head. You can also get that in 11.5, I believe.
You can.
You can, James, again, helping me out there. So we can adjust this. It's got the same kind of sleeve as the driver, so we know we can start to change that. And again, one big thing here that Callaway have done straight away is we do have movable weights on there, so we can make this a low spin bullet, which is the current setting we've got in there. We've got 4 at the back and 12 at the front. If we want to change that launch pattern around, we can change those weights around, maybe get that little bit more spin if you've got this club to get a little bit more height, maybe you've changed from your driver to this just to get a little bit more launch, we can do those weight changes on there. But let's see if we can get one a little bit more out of the middle. And again, great ball flight, nice and high, drawing. Does just for me, it is the sound, and sounds something that, oh, it's a great members bounce into the middle of the fairway there. Sounds something that often we get 50-50 comments on the channel, so we know that we get a lot of everyday golfers who are like, I don't care what it sounds like. I have no intention of thinking about sound, but if it sounds something that puts you off, it's a lot of reason why some people don't go for maybe the ping drivers, because the ping drivers certainly don't sound anything like all the other manufacturers out there. So that's something you have to take into account. Be interesting to see the numbers, which we'll get to shortly.
What's your thoughts on the length of it and the size of the head? Like, how does it feel?
And that's one thing. I have actually hit this driver before to give it away, but
yeah, I mean, you were going to forget to say it, so that's why
the first thing that I did mention is it does feel like it's a shorter shaft. So straight away there, the head, again, doesn't look too big, doesn't look too small, exactly like I'd expect, but the shaft certainly does feel shorter. But I have put that against the Taylormade, and it is exactly the same shaft length. So is it because it maybe has a different lie angle? Maybe so. But one more here. And that's one way for me. With driver, again, I've certainly found that the Mini Driver doesn't lose me too much distance. And that will be an extremely long way down there. It is downwind here today, but let's jump into the showdown. Let's test this for numbers before we get out here and see if this is actually maybe a little bit more versatile than those Taylormades, even though I'm not a big fan of that sound. So change of scenery inside now. Let's see what the numbers do say. Obviously performed pretty well out there, I would say, for the first few shots with this driver. Again, highlight we saw outside, exactly what we would expect. 236 carry, maybe not what we would expect. Again, not a fantastic strike there. Did lose my balance a little bit, so let's see what we can get this out to. Again, with the other drivers, other Mini Drivers, the Taylormades, I've got it out to probably 290. So I've really got it close towards a normal driver. So a standard drive for me should be around about 300 yards. Again, there's a fitting on the channel with my latest PXG driver. Let's see what we can get this to. So I feel like I've hit that out of the middle. That felt pretty good. Still felt a little bit, sounded a bit tinny. 244 going 260, so 256, so not bad at all, but certainly behind. Obviously I didn't see that on the golf course, but it's something that you have to get the numbers for as well. For me, obviously, if I was in a fitting and getting those numbers, would I buy it? This is where you might think about, well, I need to get it out on the golf course and test it. You don't see that very often anymore. In the olden days, you did used to be able to take clubs out to test. You don't see that very often now, but another couple in here. A little bit of a pull, but that's a better ball flight. It'll be down the left-hand side. Okay, 270 going to 285, so a little bit of a better swing there. Club head speed back to where it should be, around about 110 miles an hour with this. Obviously, as we know, we do have that 3-wood shaft in here, but that is more like it. That's more like what I would expect to see. Those ones have spun up a little bit. You know, it's one of those things to consider. Are you going to see that with this? Is this why people are buying it, to get the ball maybe a little bit more in the air to start with? Now that's a well struck one, so straight down the middle there. Let's see what that does carry wise. 270, sneaking over 290, so again there for me, club head speed back up where I'd want it to be, launching pretty good. Consistency wise there, obviously they're all in play, but there is obviously a bigger front to back dispersion than I might have seen from the Taylormades when I have used those. It'll be very interesting to compare this to the Taylormades. Let's get back out there and test it now for versatility. So interesting numbers there inside. Obviously not going as far as I've had mini drivers before, so the Taylormade one's certainly outperforming this. Even with the settings, we've taken a little bit of loft off. We've also changed those weight settings, but not getting out as consistently as I've seen with previous mini drivers. So very interesting there, but let's see now. Is it more versatile than the Taylormade off the fairway? Straight away there, a higher launch than I've had with other mini drivers. Again, another members bounce there. So a little bit of a draw there, but again, launch-wise, straight away there, did launch a little bit higher. So like I say, it's the same setting as I've had in previous mini drivers, but straight away off the club face, a little bit higher. Now, are you going to use it here all the time? No, but if you're going to put it in your bag, then you might want to see how you do hit it off the fairway. And again, it does feel a lot easier than the Taylormades to get going. You see that's pretty much straight out of the flag, so it'll be interesting to see how close to the green that has got. We're a long way out here. We're probably the best part of 300 yards, so again, downwind, downhill, but pretty easy. And all of those have been a lot easier to launch. So straight away there for me, if we're thinking about can we use it off the fairway, I would rank this above the Taylormade straight away for the ease of getting that in the air. So we are going to be putting this to the test against the Taylormade, guys. Would you buy this? The big thing is, would you put a mini driver in your bag? Do you think Callaway have just done it for maybe a quick couple of dollars, pounds, depending where you are?
It's not cheap either.
How much is it working out at, James?
$500-ish.
$500, so not much cheaper than the driver. Are you going to put this in as well as the driver, or are you going to take the driver out? And again, there's another driver coming out from Callaway very soon that makes you think, should you have bought that driver maybe in January? So a very different time to be bringing these out. Would you add it into your bag? But let's test it against the Taylormade. That'll be on in coming weeks. I would say we'd get it in the hands of mid-handicap Dave, but we've got a big shake from behind the camera, so Dave's never going to see it.